Welcome to Travel Destinations, your gateway to uncovering the world's untold stories. Although New York City is famous worldwide for its towering skyscrapers, busy streets, and cultural diversity, it also holds a stark truth often overlooked by tourist homelessness. This documentary will take you beyond the glitter and into the daily hardships experienced by thousands of New Yorkers. Join us as we delve into this pressing issue. And be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to Travel Documentary for more impactful narratives. Your support enables us to bring these important stories to light and make a difference. The scope of homelessness in New York City. New York City, one of the wealthiest and most influential cities in the world, paradoxically hosts one of the largest homeless populations in the United States. By 2023, over 60,000 individuals, including more than 20,000 children, were staying in shelters on any given night. These figures exclude the many who live on the streets and subway stations or in other vulnerable situations. What is behind such a crisis in a city known for its opportunities? The answer lies in a mix of economic, social, and systemic problems. Soaring housing costs, with the average rent for a one-bedroom apartment in Manhattan surpassing $4,000 per month, make stable housing unattainable for many. Even those on minimum wage or living paycheck to paycheck struggle to meet basic living expenses. The city's shortage of affordable housing exacerbates the problem. While there are efforts to address these gaps, demand consistently outpaces supply. This raises an important question: how can a city known for its innovation address such a persistent issue? Stories from the streets. Behind every statistic lies a personal story. Take John, a former construction worker who lost his job due to an injury. With no safety net, he eventually became homeless. His days are now spent moving between shelters and searching for opportunities to rebuild his life. Or consider Maria, a single mother of two, who works 2 jobs to make ends meet. Despite her relentless efforts, she has been unable to secure stable housing, forcing her family to constantly relocate between shelters. The instability affects her mental health and disrupts her children's education and emotional well-being. These stories show that homelessness rarely results from a single misstep. It's often the consequence of a series of life-changing events: job loss, medical emergencies, or unaffordable rent. As you watch this documentary, ask yourself, what would you do if you lost your income tomorrow? But it's not just individuals like John or Maria who face this challenge. Entire families, veterans, and even the elderly are increasingly at risk of homelessness. Take David, for instance, a retired teacher who had a stable life until medical bills from a serious illness drained his savings. His pension wasn't enough to cover both rent and ongoing treatments, leaving him with no choice but to rely on charities and shelters. His dignity has been deeply affected by his new circumstances, but he still holds on to hope for a chance to regain independence. On the other end of the spectrum is Lisa, who aged out of the foster care system at 18 with no support network. Left to fend for herself, she found it nearly impossible to secure a job without prior experience or a stable address. Her nights are spent on park benches, and her days are a relentless search for food and safety. Despite these challenges, Lisa dreams of going to college and escaping the cycle of poverty. These stories underscore the systemic nature of homelessness. Many people fall through the cracks in the system, cracks that could have been patched with better policies or more accessible resources. A lack of affordable housing is one of the primary causes. In urban areas, skyrocketing rents have displaced countless low-income families. For some, even working full-time at minimum wage isn't enough to cover basic living expenses. Moreover, mental health issues play a major role. Many homeless individuals suffer from untreated conditions like depression or PTSD. Without access to healthcare, these issues worsen, creating a vicious cycle that traps them further. Addiction, which is both a cause and effect of homelessness, complicates the issue even more. Communities also play a crucial role in either alleviating or exacerbating homelessness. In neighborhoods with strong social safety nets and charitable organizations, individuals have better chances of recovery. However, in areas with limited resources or where the homeless are stigmatized, the path to stability becomes even steeper. This documentary doesn't simply highlight despair, but also showcases resilience. It's about people who fight against the odds, advocates who dedicate their lives to providing support, and innovative programs that have successfully reduced homelessness in certain cities. Housing First initiatives, for example, have shown that offering stable shelter first significantly improves long-term outcomes. As you journey through these stories, remember that homelessness is not an identity, it's a circumstance. It could happen to anyone, including you or someone you love. Let these stories spark compassion and inspire action. What kind of community do you want to help build, and how can you contribute to ensuring that no one is left without a place to call home? Challenges faced by the homeless population. Homelessness is more than just the lack of a roof over one's head. It involves a range of challenges that affect mental health, physical well-being, and personal safety. Nearly 1/3 of homeless adults in New York City suffer from severe mental illnesses such as schizophrenia or bipolar disorder. Without consistent access to healthcare, these conditions often go untreated, worsening over time. Physical health problems, from chronic diseases to injuries, are also common and often worsened by living on the streets. Malnutrition is another significant issue, as access to nutritious, consistent meals is limited. Many rely on soup kitchens or charitable donations, which may not always meet their dietary needs. Substance abuse is often intertwined with homelessness. Some individuals turn to drugs or alcohol as a coping mechanism, while others find themselves homeless due to addiction. Without proper rehabilitation programs and support systems, breaking free from this cycle becomes nearly impossible. Safety concerns. Homeless people are particularly vulnerable to violence. Women and LGBTQ individuals face even greater risks of assault, both on the streets and in shelters. Reports of theft, physical assault, and sexual harassment are shockingly common, making the quest for safety a priority. For many, the fear of violence even deters them from seeking shelter, leaving them exposed to the dangers of sleeping in public spaces. Youth and the elderly face unique safety concerns. Young people, often inexperienced in navigating life on the streets, are prime targets for exploitation. Similarly, elderly homeless individuals with diminished physical strength are often unable to protect themselves or seek help. This raises a critical question: what can society do to ensure the safety and dignity of its most vulnerable members? Solutions like improved shelter management, greater public awareness, and stronger community support systems are essential in addressing these issues. Collaborative efforts between government agencies, nonprofits, and local communities are necessary to create lasting change and provide not only shelter but security and hope. The role of shelters. New York City has one of the most extensive shelter systems in the United States. This system is driven by a unique legal requirement to provide temporary housing to anyone in need. However, shelters are far from perfect. Overcrowding is a major issue, with many shelters operating beyond their capacity. This leads to uncomfortable and often unsafe living conditions. Strict curfews and rules, while designed to maintain order, can feel restricting and dehumanizing to those seeking refuge. Safety concerns, particularly for women and LGBTQ individuals, add another layer of complexity. Incidents of theft or violence within shelters are not uncommon. These challenges often discourage people from seeking help, forcing them to endure the harsh realities of street life instead. Nonprofit contributions. Nonprofits and community organizations step in where city services fall short. Organizations like the Coalition for the Homeless and Bowery Mission provide not just shelter, but also meals, job training, and mental health services. Their programs offer a more holistic approach to homelessness. They focus on empowering individuals to regain stability and independence. Some nonprofits have pioneered innovative solutions, such as mobile healthcare units. Transitional housing programs also cater to the specific needs of different demographics. As we explore this in the documentary, consider the potential of collaboration. Could a more cooperative approach between government and nonprofits create lasting solutions? By combining resources, expertise, and grassroots reach, such partnerships could bridge gaps in the current system. These efforts could offer hope to those in need. Government policies and their impact. Efforts to combat homelessness in New York City have shown mixed results. On one hand, increased funding for affordable housing and eviction prevention programs offer hope. On the other, critics argue that these measures don't tackle the root causes effectively. Policy analysis. Rent stabilization laws and housing subsidies provide relief to some, but they are insufficient given the scale of the problem. Sweeps of homeless encampments aim to move people into shelters. These efforts are often criticized as inhumane and ineffective. Long-term solutions require a comprehensive approach. Investing in affordable housing, expanding healthcare services, and improving job training programs are crucial. Public-private partnerships may also play a vital role in implementing meaningful change. Personal accounts and human resilience. Despite their challenges, many homeless individuals show remarkable resilience. Community support networks, often informal, are crucial in this process. Street families, groups of homeless individuals who support one another, offer emotional support, and share resources. These makeshift communities provide not only companionship, but also a sense of belonging. This sense of belonging is often lost in the harsh world of homelessness. For many, resilience comes from finding hope in small victories. Take Sarah, who turned her life around through a local gardening program. The program employed homeless individuals and provided Sarah with a steady income. It also gave her a sense of pride and productivity. Programs like Streetwise offer income opportunities through selling newspapers. These programs help participants rebuild their self-confidence and re-engage with society. The participants often stress that earning even a modest income restores their sense of dignity and self-worth. These stories of empowerment demonstrate the human ability to overcome adversity. They remind us that behind every statistic is a person who, with the right support, can reclaim their place in the world. It's a testament to the enduring strength of the human spirit. How travelers can engage. As a traveler, your first step in making a difference is awareness. Recognizing the realities of homelessness and treating individuals with dignity goes a long way. Simple actions like donating to local organizations or volunteering at soup kitchens can make a significant impact. Even small gestures like buying a meal for someone in need or simply offering a smile and conversation can brighten someone's day. These actions reinforce their sense of humanity. Engaging with a destination's social issues provides a richer and more meaningful travel experience. While many travel documentaries focus on a place's beauty and history, understanding its social dynamics adds depth to the experience. In New York City, for example, the towering skyscrapers and vibrant culture contrast sharply with the struggles of its homeless population. Learning about these challenges fosters empathy and encourages action. It turns your trip into more than just sightseeing. By interacting with local nonprofits or attending events that address homelessness, you become part of the solution, no matter how small. How does learning about homelessness alter your perception of the city? Perhaps it reveals a deeper understanding of resilience, inequality, and the shared responsibility we have as global citizens. A glimpse into the future. The battle against homelessness in New York City will require collaborative, multifaceted efforts. Expanding affordable housing, improving mental health services, and creating robust job training programs are necessary steps. Grassroots initiatives and public-private partnerships must also be involved in driving sustainable change. Looking ahead, our next travel documentary will explore how cities around the world are addressing homelessness. These explorations will offer insights and potential solutions for New York City. Stay tuned to Travel Documentary as we continue to uncover stories that matter. If you found this documentary insightful and thought-provoking, please like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Your engagement helps us share these vital stories with a wider audience. What topics would you like us to explore next? Let us know in the comments below. Fun facts about New York. New York City, famously known as the Big Apple, is home to over 8.6 million residents and encompasses 5 vibrant boroughs: Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, the Bronx, and Staten Island. Central Park, spanning 843 acres, is the world's largest urban park. The city's subway system boasts 472 stations, making it one of the largest globally. The iconic Statue of Liberty was gifted by France in 1886 and symbolizes freedom. Times Square, illuminated by millions of LED bulbs, attracts over 50 million visitors annually. Additionally, NYC hosts more Michelin-starred restaurants than any other city, showcasing its diverse culinary scene. In conclusion, homelessness in New York City is a complex issue. It is shaped by economic pressures, systemic failures, and individual circumstances. Yet, it also showcases the resilience and humanity of those affected. Through awareness, empathy, and action, we can all play a part in addressing this challenge. At Travel Documentary, our mission is to shed light on untold stories and inspire meaningful conversations. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Until next time, stay curious, stay compassionate, and keep exploring.